There's a house. You've walked past it. Maybe not this one specifically, but one like it. You know the feeling. Something makes you speed up a little. You don't look at the windows. You don't totally know why. That feeling. Blackwood wrote about it in 1906. And it still works. Tonight, we're going inside. Come on. So, Arthur Shorthouse goes to visit his aunt. Her name is Julia, and she is, how do I put this, she's the kind of person who has strong opinions about ghost sightings in the local paper. She reads books about unexplained phenomena for fun. She genuinely believes the world is stranger than most people are willing to admit, and she has never once, in her entire life, been talked out of anything. Shorthouse loves her. She also exhausts him. He knocks on her door. She yanks it open before he can even take his coat off. And she's holding something up like she just won a prize. Keys. Old iron. Heavy-looking. I've managed to get the keys, she says. To the house in the square. And here's the thing, if you lived in that town, you'd know exactly which house she meant without her saying another word. It had been empty for years, decades, maybe. Nobody rented it. Nobody bought it. The garden had gone completely wild, the windows were always dark, and people, grown adults, would cross to the other side of the street rather than walk directly past it. There'd been a murder there. A long time ago. The kind that doesn't just make the news, the kind that stains a place. Gets into the walls. Stays there. Aunt Julia wants to go inside tonight. Right now. Shorthouse stares at her. She stares back. He grabs his coat. They leave past midnight. The streets are empty. That specific late-night quiet that doesn't feel peaceful, it feels like the city is holding its breath. Their footsteps echo on wet cobblestones. Gas lamps make yellow pools of light that somehow make everything outside the pools darker. Aunt Julia walks fast. Like she's scared she'll lose her nerve if she slows down. Shorthouse keeps up, candles under one arm, not saying much. They turn a corner. And there it is. The house looks completely normal. That's the first thing that gets him. It's just a house. Tall, narrow, dark brick. Nothing obviously wrong with it, but the windows, they're not just dark. They're black. Like whatever is inside doesn't let light in or out. Like the building absorbs it. The iron gate creaks when Aunt Julia pushes it open. Loud. Too loud for this hour. She puts the key in the lock. It turns. The door swings open. The smell hits first. Dust. Damp. Old air that's been sitting in a sealed space for years. And underneath that, something else. Something Shorthouse can't name. Something his body responds to before his brain does. He wants to step back. He doesn't. He follows her inside. The door swings shut behind them. The dark in here is different. It has weight. It pushes back against the candlelight in a way that feels almost deliberate. The shadows jump up the walls as they stand there in the hallway, Shorthouse and Aunt Julia, two small flames in a very large house. They move through the ground floor. Drawing room. Dining room. Kitchen at the back. Everything empty, everything coated in that thick, undisturbed dust that means years. The furniture under white sheets looks like bodies. He doesn't say that out loud. Then, a sound. He almost misses it. A cough. Quiet, dry. Coming from somewhere above them. They stop. They look at each other. Neither of them speaks. The house settles with a low groan, like a slow exhale. They tell themselves it was nothing. Houses make noises. Pipes settle. Floorboards shift. They move to the staircase. Halfway up, Shorthouse sees it. A figure at the end of the corridor. Standing still. Too defined to be a shadow. Too present. The candle gutters. Gone. He doesn't say anything. He doesn't want to hear what his own voice sounds like right now. They keep moving, room to room, all empty, all stripped bare, wardrobes open, surfaces clear. Not just physically empty, hollowed out. Like the warmth was extracted. A door closes behind them. By itself. Aunt Julia grabs his arm. Hard. They stand still and listen. From directly above them, from the room they already searched, footsteps. Slow. Deliberate. Walking across the ceiling. Shorthouse raises his candle. They find the next staircase. Aunt Julia is right behind him. He can hear her breathing, controlled and shallow, the breathing of someone holding it together through sheer willpower. They step into the upper room. 4 walls. Low ceiling. Empty floor. And then, in the far corner, a face. Pale. Gaunt. Eyes that catch the candlelight and gleam in a way that eyes shouldn't. It's there for a second, maybe less, and then the candle doesn't blow out. It gets crushed. Like an invisible hand just closed around the flame and squeezed. Total darkness. Aunt Julia makes a sound. Just one. And then it starts. From the floor above them, running. Not footsteps. Running. Full speed, frantic, the sound of someone who needs to get away from something right now. And underneath it, a sound that is not quite a scream but is becoming one. 2 sets of footsteps. Pursuer and pursued. The whole floor vibrates with it. The walls hum. Whatever is replaying in this house is forcing itself into the present, and it is enormous and violent and real, and Shorthouse has his back against the wall and cannot move. The footsteps hit the top of the staircase. They come thundering down. They pass straight through them. Cold. Pressure. Wrongness, the kind your body doesn't know how to categorize, the kind that just registers as, this should not exist. Whatever moved through them on those stairs was not air. Was not a draft. It was presence. Concentrated. Desperate. Reenacting something that ended very badly with perfect, horrible fidelity. Then, from below, a struggle. Brief. Violent. A fall. Silence. The house goes completely still. Like it's satisfied. They don't speak. There are no words for what just happened, not useful ones, anyway. Whatever story the daylight will eventually try to tell about this, in this hallway, in the dark, there is no confusion. They know what they heard. A murder. Playing back. On a loop. In the walls of this house, in the floors, in the air, preserved so completely that anyone who stands in the right place at the right time gets to experience the whole thing from start to finish. They move to the stairs. Something moves with them. Not beside them. Not ahead. Behind. Unhurried. Just present. Following them down, step by step, like it's watching them leave. Shorthouse makes a decision somewhere between the 3rd step and the 2nd. He is not going to look back. He maintains that decision the way you hold onto something in a high wind. The front door. The handle. The lock. Cold air. They step out and Aunt Julia pulls the door shut behind them, and the lock engages, that clean, heavy click, and it is the best sound Shorthouse has heard in his life. The moonlight is out. The city is doing its normal city things, completely unaware of what is sitting in the middle of that quiet square behind an ordinary-looking door. They walk away. They don't look back. They don't need to. Here's what makes this story stick. The house isn't evil. It doesn't want anything. It's not trying to hurt anyone. It's just saturated. Soaked through with something that happened inside it so violently that the place never fully processed it. And so it plays it back. Every time. For anyone willing to show up and stand still and listen. Blackwood wrote this over 100 years ago, and it still lands because we all know that feeling. We've all been in a building that felt wrong. A room where you unconsciously lower your voice. A place where the air sits differently. Where something about the space makes you want to leave faster than you arrived. He's asking a question that doesn't have a comfortable answer. What if places remember? What if the worst moments don't stay in the past? What if they just keep happening, over and over, for anyone patient enough to be present? That's the haunting. Not a ghost. Not a monster. Just a memory that won't stop. Sleep well. If you can.